everyone, it's Nisha. So today I'm going to give you my thoughts on the Cover FX custom cover drops. I won't demo it because I will sort of explain as I go along why. You probably have seen a lot of demos. If I was you and you want to watch demos, try to watch people that don't have quite even perfect skin to start off with. They have a lot of blemishes or dark spots, stuff that they really need to cover. Okay, so let me just quickly read it, what it is. I'm sure you've heard it all before. This is not a foundation. I found watching few reviews that people call it foundation. This is definitely not a foundation. This is pure pigment with flash fusion technology, which means whatever you drop it into, it flashes off, leaving behind just pigment. So it is custom cover because you're supposed to be able to control the coverage you get out of it. You basically mix it with any other product that you want. It could be water-based, oil-based, silicone-based, anything like moisturizers, serums, tinted moisturizers. You can add it to your own foundation. And I thought this was amazing. I haven't heard of anything like it before. And I thought how wonderful for, I thought it would be especially really good for as mature ladies that we have a bit more lines and wrinkles and we want good coverage but without the cakiness and heaviness. And I thought, well, if I can mix that with just my daily moisturizer and get the coverage of foundation but finish of the moisturizer, that would be great. So as you probably know from one of my videos, I am not that over the moon with it. I still think it is a great product, especially if you don't want that much coverage, but I really don't feel that it does give you full coverage, and it really depends what you mix it with. You have to remember that this does not have certain finish like luminous finish or matte finish. This is just flat. This is flat because this is just pigment, so the finish will depend on the product you've mixed it with. So if you mix it with something illuminizing, then you should get more luminous finish. If you mix it with mattifying primer or moisturizer, you should get matte finish. And that's the difference between foundations and this or moisturizers. Foundations are made in such way that they give you certain finish, which I like. With this, you can't really control it. So let me tell you what I've mixed it with and what I like it with, what I don't like it with. I've always mixed at least 3 drops because 1 drop gave me absolutely nothing, 2 drops, not much difference, 4 drops don't give me full coverage. So let me tell you what I first tried it with. First, I just tried it with my regular Nuxilence moisturizer. So I would squeeze tiny bit. Let me show you. You have to shake them. By the way, mine is in N35, which is neutral. People said that they would think that I would be more golden, that I would choose the G35, but this comes quite yellow. I don't know what the G comes, but look at it. Doesn't show so well. It is pretty yellow, so I thought, gee, by the way, mine looks so messy because one day I didn't do it up properly and shook it and it all came out. So you drop 1 drop for sheer coverage, 2 drops for medium, and 3 or more for full coverage. And you mix it together, and as you can see, it almost looks like foundation. Now, when I use this, I hardly got any coverage, even though I put 4 drops. And I think because the moisturizer is meant to sink into your skin, and I felt like it just sunk into my skin, leaving just patchy pigment behind. When you do it on your hand, it seemed to look really lovely, but trust me, it did not work on my hand. Let's wait for it to dry. I mean on my face. I could still see everything on my face. So that didn't work for me. I won't be mixing them with all the stuff. I just wanted to show you how quickly it mixes, because you will mix apparently with anything liquidy. So, and as you can see, it's pretty yellow. It's almost peachy yellow. So I didn't like that at all. I didn't feel I got any coverage, and the finish always is quite flat. I don't know if you can see. It's just matte and flat. It's almost like that pigment turns into powder once it dries out. So I didn't like that. Then I mixed it with the Tarte Pure Maracuja oil. Maracuja, I don't know how you pronounce it. That was just awful. Didn't work for me at all. Then I've got here a little sample. What was in here was the Kat Von D primer. So I've put quite a few drops in here, and I thought that's so good I can keep it in there. And because it is so watery, look at that. So this is all mixed. To me, it's just like water. It's not giving me any coverage, and there's lots of drops in it. Can you see? That is not coverage at all. So that didn't work for me either. Then I thought, okay, I will have to give up on mixing it with moisturizers, primers, because that is not working for me. I thought I can use it to darken my existing foundations, or add them to foundations that I like but don't give me as much coverage. So I thought, you know, I bought the Double Wear Light, and I love it. The color is a bit too light for me now. I really like it. I think it has the staying power, but because it's light in texture, it does not have the same coverage as the original Double Wear. So I thought I mix it with that, and that worked really well. Let me maybe actually show you. So as you can see, the color of it is, this is intensity 2. So it is quite light and beigey. There it is. So if I add, oh, this is so messy now. And I thought I only will add 2 drops, because obviously this is already foundation. And that worked really good. You do then get much more coverage, because obviously you're mixing it with foundation already. But every time, once it's dried, the finish to me was very, very flat. I am wearing it today, but I am wearing also other things on the top of it, and to be honest, I can make any foundation look good with different powders and bronzers, and also on a camera it looks much better than if you saw me in real life. So that's probably what I will use this for, to mix it with maybe tinted moisturizers, because you know that will be lighter in texture but will add me more coverage. But I still feel, you know, it's supposed to be this really natural, lightweight. It is lightweight, but I wouldn't say it's natural. So my favorite thing to mix it with is my CeraVe AM Facial Moisturizing Lotion SPF 30, which is brilliant because I'm getting SPF as well. And I think why this works the best, because my hands are, because this moisturizer is quite thick, and I think that's what you need. You need your moisturizer to have some substance to it. So when you mix the drops, you know, it's not just water that's going to sink into your face. So it works the best for me with this moisturizer, and that's what I've got on. But again, because this is a moisturizer that doesn't have any certain finish, luminous finish or matte silky finish or whatever, it's just a moisturizer. It doesn't have obviously any of those light reflecting properties, and the pigment won't have that. The finish every time is very flat and powdery to me, and it's almost obviously like this thing evaporates and just leaves the color behind. And I've got it on now, and I'm obviously used my Laura Mercier, you know, like I normally do, my other powders, because to get some dimension it was just so flat, and now it's starting to look really cakey. I have put 2 layers of it because I still didn't feel I had enough coverage. Also, be aware that you really need to buy darker color than you think. I mean, that looked really dark to me, the 35, but to be honest, for the summer I could probably go up to 50, because especially if you mix it with something very white, it will dilute a bit, and once it's on your face it doesn't look as dark. Also, if you want to change the color of the lighter foundation, you need it to be darker. So the idea is really good, and I think for people that don't have that much to cover and just want a bit of coverage with a really light finish that it doesn't look cakey, but to me it still looks cakey. So basically what I'm saying, I don't feel that this is for me. I know everybody's raving about it, and I don't know if I'm the only one in the world right now that is not that impressed. The idea is good and it might work for some people, but it just does not work for me. I must say I've never tried it with any like Luminous primer, or I could have tried it with Natural Radiance base from Prep and Prime from MAC, which I still haven't sold. I might try it with that as well, because this is quite pink and this is a bit yellow. It might make it a bit more neutral, and maybe the finish won't be so matte, so flat. So what I think, my final thoughts are, this is not for me. For me to repurchase it, it would have to be so fantastic that anything I mix it with would give me the desired coverage, the desired finish. You know, you're going into trouble anyway trying to mix it all, and then I feel like I have to spend much longer time to make it look as I like it to look. The idea is fantastic, and also it might be that I still haven't found a product to mix it with that it will work for me. There might be some of you out there that found that right product that suits your skin type, skin tone, and gives you the finish you want and the coverage you want. I haven't found that yet. If I do, I sure will let you know, because I will keep them. They will serve their purpose, like I said, maybe to just change the tone of my other foundations, and I don't know, but I wouldn't buy it again. There is a color for everyone. I think it comes in something like 25 colors, from very light to very dark. Yes, so unfortunately I'm not bashing it. I'm not saying it's a bad product, but I don't think it's as wonderful as everybody's saying, and it is not for everybody. So if I was you, I would really get a sample first. If it's possible, get a sample and try to mix it with other things and see how it works for you. Please let me know in the description box if you've got them, if you like them, what you're mixing them with, because I will be still looking for something else to mix it with that might work for me. So I'm sorry if you were expecting rave review, but that's how I feel about it, and that's my honest opinion. But if some of you have got some wonderful way of using it, please let me know. So that was my review and my thoughts on this product. Thank you very much for watching, and I see you soon. Bye.